Welcome back to the Defiant Weekly. We are back from hiatus, and the political landscape has completely melted down while we were gone. So today I'm joined by the host of The Dangerous Ones, Nick Knudsen, my good friend, and we plan to break down a wild primary Tuesday. But wait, there's more. We also have breaking news. There is a huge win in a House vote that was actually assisted by four, count them, four Republicans. More on that later. But yeah, we're going to discuss the $1 billion slush fund that is on life support. We have billionaires squaring off for the governorship in California. And we have a greedy billionaire in the White House who, for crying out loud, why can't he let us enjoy the 250th anniversary of our nation without making it all about himself? So we have got exactly 40 minutes to unpack all of it. So I hope you're ready to get into it because I am. Let's get defiant. Incredible person, incredible human being. Yes, famous. Yes. Okay, so as I mentioned, my guest for today is he is a political organizer, and he is added to his extensive resume, a professional podcaster on YouTube. He's got an amazing show. I can verify that personally, as I was his guest on the show, The Dangerous Ones. My guest, my friend, Nick Knudsen. Welcome, Nick.
Hey, buddy. Where'd you dig up that first picture? I look like I'm like 12 years
old. No, that's the funny thing, because I was looking at that picture and I was like, this guy doesn't age. He's got that.
I love
Paul
that.
Rudd. You got that Paul Rudd thing happening.
I will take it.
Seriously, I was like, when you could never tell when that picture was taken. You look so young. Congratulations.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Well, I'm super happy to be with you. Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on your show. That was
really fun.
Yep. And fun fact for you folks out there, Nick, even though you see only him on the screen right now, Nick travels with his own producer because he's fancy like that. He's fancy.
I do. There's a man behind the curtain. Yeah.
Yes. His name is Mark. He's super cool. He's got a rad red beard. He's good brother. So thank you. Let's jump right on into it, Nick. What can you tell our listeners, our viewers, which, by the way, hi guys, I missed you last week. I'm glad to be back in the saddle. Nick, what can you tell us all about today's win in the House? What was this vote all about?
Yeah, so this was a what's called a concurrent resolution in the House. It's basically aimed to put some guardrails around continued military force of U.S. military force in Iran. It actually passed, which is kind of shocking. It was sort of all the Democrats, plus it was Thomas Massey, I think Fitzpatrick from Pennsylvania, and then there were two more Republicans, I'm forgetting who jumped in, and yeah, it actually passed. So the thing about a concurrent resolution is it's kind of non-binding. It's not the same thing as passing a bill that would land on Trump's desk, which he'd veto anyway if it came to his desk. But it's more of a sort of a statement from Congress saying, we want to put some guardrails around this military action. So, Trump's going to just thumb his nose at it and, wipe his butt with his golden toilet paper and move on. But
he's going to do what he wants to do.
He's going to do what he wants to do. I mean, even if they passed a law, he'd probably still do what he wants to do. My understanding is it could go, it will go over to the Senate, and they'll try and pass it in both chambers. But again, it's a concurrent resolution. If it was what's called a joint resolution, then it would be a binding thing that would actually go to the president's desk, but it's not.
Okay, so those four Republicans were Thomas Massey, Warren Davidson, Tom
Uh-huh.
Barrett, and
Okay.
Brian Fitzpatrick. Brian
Okay.
Fitzpatrick, by the way, is that other renegade dude
Yep.
who said he was going to do what he could to kill that other topic we're going to be discussing, the $1.8 billion slush fund.
Right.
But so why the difference between the two different resolutions? Why is there such a major difference that one can actually shackle Trump and the other one is just a fart in the wind? And why wouldn't Congress go for the more binding one?
Well, I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of why they chose the concurrent resolution over the joint resolution. I would guess that they thought that they'd have a better chance of passing it,
Oh,
and
okay.
having some Republican defections, just to make a statement, and also to get all the Republicans on record. You know, even the ones who voted no. This is a super unpopular war. That's going to be really helpful to Democrats running against those Republicans come fall. You know, the more
Mhm.
votes they take that are on super unpopular issues, the better it is for our outlook in the midterms.
Okay. Well, I for one, and I'm sure you are, and the rest of our audience is sick of this war of choice, this illegal war of choice in Iraq.
Illegal. Yep.
Yeah, 100% illegal.
Yep.
Just yesterday, just I swear to God, just yesterday, Marco Rubio was like, "Yeah, the war is over." like, like just on
What are
cue.
you talking
Like if
about?
this was like a comedy movie, the
Right.
timing couldn't have been more on point. Bombs started dropping on Keshem. I think it's pronounced
Uh-huh.
Keshem Island.
Uh-huh.
And then Iran started retaliating and started bombing all over the place, and Kuwait and Bahrain, and yeah, I'm ready for this war to be over. But let's take a peek at our topics for today. Obviously the main one is this $1.8 billion slush fund,
Yep.
and why uh, despite the fact that it's supposedly over, why does it not feel like it's over? Um, Folks, if this is your first time here, make sure you hit the like and the subscribe button. The like looks like the thumbs up that I'm doing right now on the screen. Hit the subscribe in the lower right hand corner of your screen. It's a little red box that says subscribe, and that is with a B. Um, um, so yeah, let's start off with the overall theme of any Trump administration, and that is corruption. Corruption is the overarching theme. He started a day or two early with his what was it, like $3 billion in crypto that he racked up.
Right.
Um, and now it's this thing where it's a whole total scam where he was gonna sue the IRS, aka the American people, for $10 billion. And then he's like,
Right.
you know what? Never mind about that. I won't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, I'll only set up this $1.8 billion. It's actually
One
1.776,
776. Right. Yep.
but for 1776, you
Right.
jackass. A $1 billion slush fund that he will award his friends with, and also insulate himself and his family and friends from any kind of audits from the
Right.
IRS. It's like, are you come on, dude? What the hell? Even Republicans were like, all right.
Yeah.
So what's let me ask you this, Nick, what's your take on where this is going? I asked the question before, why does it feel like this isn't really gone? Why does it feel like this is, it's a head fake?
Because you can't literally trust anything that comes out of the administration. So we're accustomed to feeling that way. I mean, I agree. I don't think that this is over. Yeah, this fund is unpopular even with Republicans in Congress, as you were saying. So, and especially in a midterm year, they're gonna dig in on some things, and this might be one of those things. But um, ultimately, yeah, it could get hung up in lawsuits for years, all these things. But you mentioned the Trump family, getting out of all audits.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, perhaps that was the game the whole time, right? So,
Oh,
so
yeah.
he
$100 million, right?
he starts with a $10 billion lawsuit that he knows he's not going to win. And then he backtracks to a gaudy, terrible, totally unpopular $1.776 billion slush fund for the January Sixers, knowing that probably that's going to get hung up in court too. But like when it's all said and done, the IRS can't come after the Trumps. And then perhaps, just perhaps, that was the game the whole time.
You know what it reminds me of? Now you're a dad, so you're gonna get this right away. You know what this reminds me of? Like if your kid comes home and they have like, they instead of they're managing your expectations, right? So no, they
Right.
didn't get an A and they
Right.
didn't get an F, but they're like, oh, dad, man, I failed all my courses. And you're
Yeah.
like,
What?
And you're like, actually, no, I was just kidding. I got a C.
I got a C. Yeah. Yeah.
And
yeah.
you're like, now that you were like, well, it's not all F's, so a couple of C's I can live with.
Right.
That kind of psyop, right?
Yeah. I mean, they're yeah, it's a crime family. They're snake oil salesmen. It's you can't trust anything that they do. And if they're getting literally anything out of this deal, then that was the whole point all along.
Nick, the Republicans have notoriously just like, waved the red cape to Trump and said,
yeah. Olay. Yeah.
do whatever you want. Why was this their line in the sand?
I would guess blowback from constituents. Honestly, I mean, it is.
Well,
a midterm.
Why this of all things? He's let him get away with everything. This though,
I don't know. Maybe this just struck a chord. It might be the January Sixers. Those were the folks that were sort of spotlighted as the potential recipients, and that was like incredibly unpopular among the American people. For the non-MAGA American people.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's hard to say.
Personally, I'm baffled by it. I mean,
there's so much shit that they could draw a line in the sand on that they don't. So
yeah, I mean, he already pardoned those 1,500 people. So yeah, why not hit him off with and he's pardoned so many other people too, like corruption wise, right?
Right.
Corruption.
Right. Oh, totally.
It always it sticks in my craw when these guys are like, we're after waste, fraud, and abuse. But meanwhile, he is pardoned like people who committed billions of dollars in fraud and abuse, specifically on Medicaid. So,
yeah.
So let's talk for a minute about what's this guy's name? Todd Blanche. Right?
Okay. Yep.
So Todd Blanche has been getting grilled, I think, both yesterday and today. Am I right? Was it both days? Yeah,
I think so.
So yesterday, he got into it with Rep. DeLauro. Actually, he got into it with damn near everybody. And he has that same like oily, like slimy defense attorney.
Yes.
Like, if you shake his hand, you better check to make sure you've got all 5 of your fingers left. And so in this tweet and video on the left is Todd Blanche and Rep. DeLauro get in heated debate over claims of a blanket immunity. DeLauro says, okay, but you are moving forward with the second order. He says, it's not moving forward. There's a settlement. So he's playing semantics. Right. You can't get a straight answer out of any Republican that goes that sits in front of Congress.
No.
I wish they would do something about that. I don't does that irritate the crap out of you?
Absolutely.
Watching?
I mean, yeah, what Trumpism has the Trump era has really done is really exposed the sort of gentleman's agreement that existed between everybody in public life, that the Trump folks are just like, nope. No, we're not, we're just going to we're going to sit behind the stand here and we're going to say whatever the hell we want. We're going to toe the party line. We're going to lie to your face, and we dare you to do something about it. And that's the whole thing about authoritarians, right? They're willing to test those boundaries and push those boundaries to see, like, can they do anything to us? And the answer time and time again has been nope. It's really, even when there's like contempt of Congress or something like that, they just get a pardon. So
yeah, it's frustrating as hell. I do have some hope, though. I do have hope, because I know for a fact that he is scared shitless about the prospect of Democrats winning in November. And it's funny because he tries to play it off. He always tries to play. He's not thinking of, what did he say? He's not thinking about the midterms, right? It felt like the past week or two was like a gift that kept on giving. Every time he opened his mouth, he said, I'm not thinking about the American people's financial situation.
Financial situations. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Turns out Americans kind of vote on their pocketbook there, Jack.
Yes, every time.
every single time.
And here's the funny thing. I'm old enough to remember when Joe Biden was in office, these same people who are poo-pooing gas prices and all.
Right.
Remember, they had an issue with Joe Biden saying, hey, this is a good economy. And they were like, nope. And you constantly hear people say, you cannot tell me that how I'm supposed to feel about this.
Right.
I feel how I feel.
Yeah, especially around economic issues, because we feel it every day. We feel. I was saying on our show today, I spent like $107 at Fred Meyer for groceries last night. One bag.
Oh no!
One bag of groceries. Yeah, it's rough. And then gas prices. I mean, it's just it's not a pretty picture, and there's only so much that you can say to try and make people feel like that's not the case, and it's just going to sound hollow. And it did with the Biden administration. I mean, legitimately, they were doing great things to try and improve the economy, but the economy doesn't turn on a dime, and it takes a while, and inflation goes down very slowly, and all that kind of stuff. So they were doing a good job, but it didn't feel that way. And so there was some we learned some messaging lessons from that. But the Trump administration apparently didn't, because they're doing the exact same thing. They send their fucking multimillionaire, Treasury Secretary and other representatives out there. They're all either millionaires or billionaires.
Kevin Hassett, man.
Yeah, Kevin Hassett. Yeah, that one was just awful.
Constantly smiling, like, dude, what the fuck are you smiling about, bro? Like, my electric bills are through the roof.
Yeah. He's like, oh yeah, our Americans are putting a lot on their credit cards. Isn't that great? And we're all like, it's because we don't have any money in our bank accounts.
Yeah. I want to quickly play this this clip. It is from the grilling of what's his face of Todd Blanche today, and this is the reason why I said I don't feel like this slush fund is going bye-bye. Here it is.
General, I want to thank you for verbally committing to not moving forward with the so-called anti-weaponization fund. I just want to make sure, are you going to issue a new memo in writing, rescinding that May 18th memo?
I'm not committing to putting anything in writing. I'm going to say it today over and over again. I mean, I don't know what the purpose of putting something in writing. I'm telling you what we're doing. Meaning, like, why do I need to put something in writing if I'm telling you what we're doing?
Well, you started it, you established it in writing, so it just makes sense to rescind it in writing. I think a lot of Americans both sides of the aisle are concerned about it, and it would restore a lot of trust about this issue.
Okay, I'm not committing to doing anything in
You're not
writing, no.
committing. Okay.
I mean, I'll take it under advisement.
I'm just concerned because you're not under oath, and I want to trust you, and I want to believe you. We all do. But putting it in writing would settle that issue.
What do you mean? Can't you just go by my trust me, bro doctrine? For
Right.
crying out loud.
The trust me, bro doctrine.
What the hell?
Yeah. Oh my God.
These
people have no shame.
He always plays. He has that that dumb act thing. Like, I don't know what you mean by put it in writing.
Right.
You're a fucking lawyer. That is what people do with you. You're the one who puts things in writing. That's your job, literally.
It's like the whole thing that lawyers do.
So in addition to that, here we go. Here's a snapshot of Trump's net worth, and he's not done. The dude is not done. He is trying to grift every chance he can possibly get, and it's not just him. His sons, right? So, do we even know if he has stock in like bombs and missiles like Raytheon, or he must, right?
I would assume so. I haven't looked at the specifics of his portfolio. Is that even out? I don't know. I've seen reports where they say that he has holdings in certain companies that his decisions have impacted their value. But yeah, I mean, it's all a grift. It's just one like that. The farther into Trump 2.0 we get, the more it's clear that this is all just, it's a heist.
Yeah.
And we should start calling it that. This is a heist. They are like, he and his sons and their friends, their billionaire friends, they're all conspiring together to rip off the American taxpayers in every possible way. And they're literally fucking destroying the White House. Physically. I mean, they're destroying Washington D.C. They're making it look like a Trump hotel.
That's horrible.
As we go along. So it's it's not a great situation.
So speaking of that, I saw something I forget if it was today or yesterday, but did you see this thing about Ivanka Island?
Oh, I just heard about this.
So I saw this video. I am going to play this for you because it was like it was like out of a parody movie. It was like, you can't be serious. There's people struggling to buy gas, struggling to buy food and groceries and healthcare.
Oh my God.
And you are just casually talking about, shopping for an island, a special experience. I'm like, let me put this, because I did bring this to share with you, because you won't believe it just until you see it. Here it is.
Project with my husband. I'm working on an incredible project with my husband in the Mediterranean. It's massive in scale, an unbelievable, beautiful 1,400 hectare private island in the middle of the Mediterranean. It's not even a business for me, despite the scale of it. We not only the island, but we have 5 miles of beachfront. It feels more like a challenge than anything else. The culmination of all of my experience in real estate, all of my travel, a lot of reflection on how I want to live, how I think people increasingly are wanting to live, and trying to really build something that's a tangible manifestation of that.
Okay.
I just don't even know what to say. you think it's bad for somebody to go up there and talk about Americans spending putting stuff on their credit cards? How about going out there and bragging about buying a fucking massive island just because it's fun,
I mean, so many disgusting things that I see from Republicans, right? They criticize the poors for like using their public assistance to
Right.
buy a freaking soda, right?
Right.
You should be buying, more healthy. They don't talk about the fact that people who are in certain economic realities, they don't have easy access to a Whole Foods, right? And if they did have access to a Whole Foods, the pricing is way above what they can afford with their food stamps. So,
Right. Exactly. Yep.
what the fuck? What's the difference? Let people eat, let people live, right?
They-
Like the way she's talking about living. It's not even a business for me. Are you kidding me? You're going to buy
Yeah.
a whole island? How much does that even cost when you buy an island? 1,400 hectares.
Hectares. Yeah. Come on. I don't know, man. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care about the American people at all. Even their base, they're pawns. They use them to get what they want, so that they can get their grift. I mean, and they make it clear every fucking day. They pull away healthcare. They don't, they go into wars that we don't need to go into so that oil prices skyrocket and everybody's paying out the nose for gas. Like they don't care. And hopefully that's something that the American people will start to feel palpably as we approach the midterms, because every day there's shit like this, just totally tone deaf. They have no idea what's happening.
Tone deaf, 100%.
So tone deaf. Yep.
That's today's version of let them eat cake is let me buy an island.
Yeah, exactly.
Unreal. That smug look on her face from Blue Lady says Karma needs to wipe that right the F off her smarmy face. Indeed.
Let's go, Karma.
Yeah. I mean,
Karma's been taking a vacation the last like 12 years or so.
Karma does not operate on our schedule.
Yeah,
Karma operates on
not.
Karma's schedule. But back in the day, like, in the black and white days that people used to like come out with the pitchforks.
Right. Right.
What happened to that, man? What happened to that energy?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, maybe it's coming. We'll see.
Also, another thing with corruption, I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this, but you by now I'm sure you heard that that the replacement for Tulsi Gabbard as Director of National Intelligence is acting Director Bill Pulte? What is it?
I don't know.
Pulte?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know that this guy is not qualified, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Add
him to the list.
Do you know why why would he pick this guy of all people for that very, critical job when this nation is at war?
At war.
There are potentially like threats coming left and right. Why him?
Well, my only theory of putting somebody in that post who's not qualified is so that they don't do their job. And
why?
Which, because Vladimir Putin told them to. What do you think?
I agree with you. I think he doesn't want him to do his job, but it's like it's a chain. To me, my conspiracy brain is on fire right now. So it's a chain reaction. He doesn't do his job. Somebody sneaks in. Somebody executes a threat instead of after all these many, many years of threat after threat. We don't even hear about a fraction of all of the threats that have been averted by our law enforcement, FBI, CIA, et cetera, but they are stopping them. But now you put somebody incompetent in charge who is incapable of doing the job. We get attacked. That creates a pretext for martial law.
Martial law. Shutting down the midterms.
That's
absolutely. I mean,
is he selfish enough to jeopardize the American people?
He is, and he's a KGB agent. I mean, why would we be surprised? You know, I mean, he doesn't. He has no love for this country. He doesn't care about anybody but himself.
Ah, and that brings me to our next topic, and that is the 250th anniversary of the United States of America. Look, I'm going to tell you this, Nick. You know, I love this country. Not only do I love this country, I am grateful that I was born here, right? Because, you know, sure, there's lots of things that are wrong with it, right? There's lots of things that are wrong with every country, but this particular country does provide us all with opportunity, right? And freedom to stick up our middle finger at the president and say, go fuck yourself. I hate you. You know, you can say anything you want, pretty much anything you want.
I can live stream on YouTube and say, fuck you, Donald Trump.
Yeah. But so why then does he have to make this 250th anniversary about himself, right? I mean, he could take a huge win. This is an opportunity. You are the only person serving as president right now who could potentially bring this country together. And you could look magnanimous by doing it. Instead, you're turning this into the Donald Trump show.
Yeah.
And
having a UFC fight in the front yard. Yeah.
Oh my God. But I don't know about you, but I was laughing my ass off when, like, within a 24-hour period, there were 9 artists and like 7 of them were like, nope. Even Billy who's broke.
Yeah, I thought I was signing up for America 250. This is Freedom 250? I'm good. I'm out. Yeah. Yeah, because those are two different things. America 250 is a bipartisan, like congressionally approved celebration of the 250th birthday of America. Freedom 250 is, well, what it's turned into, which is UFC and a MAGA rally, basically. So,
yeah, and then he had the audacity to say, now that, like, you know, 8 out of 9 or 7 out of 9 people canceled, he's like, you know what? Maybe what America really wants is to see their favorite president. Like, dude, what? What? Nobody the people, even Brett Michaels. Even Brett Michaels want no part of it. Take a hint, bro.
Yeah, no.
So
he can't. He loves his gold toilets and his he loves to put on a party for himself, and so he just couldn't help it. It's like, oh, it's America's 250th. It's like last year he had his birthday and he fucking had a military parade. You know, I mean, he can't help himself. Yeah.
I think I got to have one of the guys from the Shrinking Trump back on the show at some point soon, because we really do need to psychoanalyze this guy. I think as a child, maybe he was not loved a lot.
Oh, I'm sure.
I think his father maybe like made him feel like a loser, probably used that word loser a lot on him, because to him that, like, loser is like the worst thing you could call somebody. Like, he called our fallen soldiers suckers and losers, you know.
Right.
But did you hear about the I don't know what you call that cage thing, that UFC cage thing that they're building, whatever?
Yeah.
Did you hear he wants to keep that up?
I hadn't heard that, but does that surprise me at all? No.
I love that like half of these things, I'm like, did you hear this? You're like, what fresh hell is this, man?
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't surprise me at all. It's he's gaudy. I mean, he's a reality show host, former casino owner, and bankrupt businessman. I mean, what do we expect?
Yeah. Oh, look at this from Meredith Powell, one of my faithful viewers here. Meredith says, are we going to get another fake assassination attempt? This is an excellent question, because the whole reason that they were pumping up the ballroom was because you need a secure facility.
Right.
But this thing, what are you going to do now, Spanky? Huh?
Right.
You're going to encase yourself in bulletproof fiberglass or whatever?
Right. Yeah, you're right out on the lawn, buddy. Yeah. Doesn't seem
Yeah.
super secure. What do you need that super secure ballroom for?
Exactly. You had a whole cookout on the lawn of the White House, complete with RVs and, and cut off jean shorts and Budweiser and
Right.
Yeah. Just trashed up the whole damn place. Let's see what do I have here? Oh, how about this? How about
Oh, yeah.
250 so I'm going to play devil's advocate here. What's wrong? What's wrong with Donald Trump's face being on a bill that does not yet exist?
I would say let's just listen to George Washington. When he was still alive and a former president, people were discussing putting him on currency, and they said not, and he said not while I'm alive, and and that became a law. It became a law in America that living humans do not get to, no matter who they are, don't get to be on currency. That is supposed to be a memorial honor that people receive. And yep, there he is. That didn't happen while he was still in office.
He was a hell of a guy, wasn't he? George Washington.
I mean, those founders, they had their flaws.
I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, aside from the fact that he had slaves.
Yeah. There's always a qualifier, but
he was a hell of a guy, except for the fact that he owned 9 people.
Right. For the time that they lived in, those people really designed something that stood the test of time for a couple hundred years. And now the current Republican Party is trying to do everything that they possibly can to break everything that they built. Good times.
Indeed. So yeah, we've got the $250 bill. We got the arch.
Yeah.
Oh,
monuments to me. Yeah,
exactly. And you might have been wondering why I was rocking this jersey.
I was not.
Tonight.
Yeah. No, I was not.
my boys are going to war tonight.
Yeah.
And so the Knicks, by the way, have not been in the finals since 1999. I'll never forget. I was proud of my guys for being in the finals, but they got devastated by the likes of Tim Duncan and David Robinson. But now this jackass wants to once again make it all about himself. He wants to attend Game 3 at Madison Square Garden. Okay, if you do know that New York City cannot stand his
good
ass.
Fucking luck, man. That is going to be the ovation is going to be notable. Let's just say,
yeah,
if he shows up there.
Yeah, indeed. So let's. And last but not least, there is a win. There is a win in that he was told that no, your name cannot be on the Kennedy Center, and he's big mad about that.
Yeah.
But I hope somebody videos them removing the letters from that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But last night, what were your main takeaways from the primary election results from last night? Because there were a lot. They were all over the country. What stood out to you as like the big takeaway?
The top line one was, when you're trying to think of what's Trump's position within the party, what's the feel of Republicans about him, the Iowa gubernatorial election, his chosen candidate, Feenstra, lost by a hair, but he lost to a regular Republican. Zach Long. That's big. That's a really big. He came out. He said we're this is my guy, and Iowa said, we don't care. If that says something, maybe. If it doesn't, maybe it's just like specific to these candidates, but that seemed pretty notable to me. What about you? What popped out to you?
Several things. The biggest thing to me was, before we get off of Iowa, excuse me, I saw, excuse me, turn that off. That's my reminder that it's time to wrap things up.
Okay.
The biggest thing was that the gubernatorial race in Iowa is the Democrat is favored in that. And I found that shocking because it's Iowa. I mean, the last time they had a Democratic mayor was, I think, 2011. It doesn't happen frequently. So, but aside from that, the biggest thing was the California gubernatorial race, and I was kind of miffed that this guy Steve Hilton, one, that he was at the top, at the very, he got like the largest percentage of votes, but
Right.
secondly was that like 2 of the 3 top vote getters in that race are billionaires.
Yeah.
What the actual faheezy is that all about? Why?
Yeah.
Why, California? What's up with your neighbors, Nick?
I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know that much about Tom Steyer, to be frank. But and I know like there are some JD Pritzker, governor of Illinois, is a billionaire.
Oh, yeah, it's funny because I kind of like JB Pritzker.
Yep. I think so. Yeah, it's just like, do you look at the person? Do you look at the bank account? I personally feel like there is money, Wall Street, corporate interests have overtaken all of our politics, and it's basically an oligarchy now. So from one perspective, you could be like, why would you put a billionaire in charge of anything? Clearly billionaires and the corporate oligarchy do not have the best interest of the American people at heart when they're making decisions generally. On the flip side, you could make an argument, well, maybe it has to be one of them that tears it down. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe there's something,
I have heard
some
him
of that
say,
kind of thinking, but yeah.
I have heard him
personally
say that that he does want billionaires to pay more in taxes, and I was like,
yeah.
You know?
But who knows?
Weird.
Like, what's a campaign promise? And once he gets into a situation where he's in the governor's mansion and he's got corporate America lobbying him left and right for various things, who knows how that turns out. So
spent a lot of money on that race.
My inclination would be to hire people who have dedicated their lives to helping other people.
You mean if you were governor?
No, I mean hire or elect people who are who have a proven track record of actually trying to help other people.
You mean common sense?
I'm just saying.
It's a novel approach.
So Becerra is a great example of somebody who's spent a lot of his life in public service and has done a lot of really great things. So I mean, based on the numbers of the primary, it looks like maybe it'll be him and Hilton in the November runoff, and I'm sure that he'll win because it's California, and the Republican's going to have a ceiling of low 40%, I would think, no matter who it is, just because of the state. But
that's kind of a high ceiling when you think about. So I actually do understand why there were so many people that had why the top 3 vote getters only had 28%, 27, and 19. It's because there were like 10 candidates.
Yes.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
So they were siphoning
Yeah.
And I think they siphoned some votes. And on another level, I think it made it kind of confusing for voters. Like, I don't know. This guy looks
Right.
good. This woman looks okay. I don't even know.
Yeah, it's a lot
And
of people.
yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
a Californian, so I don't even feel like I have the right to weigh in. But what's your take on this guy, Spencer Pratt?
I don't have much of a take on him, to be perfectly honest. Yeah. I have not been paying attention to the LA mayor's race at all. What's your take?
Okay, and nor I, but
Yeah.
I do know that he was a reality show villain. I never watched that reality show, but I'm a little gun shy when it comes to reality TV stars. Could it be because
We've been down this road before? Yeah.
we're still on that road?
Yeah.
Come on, America, for crying out loud. Can you stop? Can you
Right.
stop? You just stop. Stop
Yeah.
with this nonsense. There are people who spent their entire lives dedicated, as Nick said, to public service. Why not start with them? No, they're not fancy. They're not jazzy. This guy, Spencer, here's what I know about him. He claims that he was made homeless by the fire. So that fire that happened in California, that's a big that's a big point of contention for Californians, and rightly so. A lot of people lost property, and
and a lot of people felt like leadership did not do the best job of handling that situation. Yep.
Yeah. So
and that's fair.
I can't weigh in on that, but I also know that the guy made it seem as though he was homeless and living out of his RV. That turned out to not only not to be true, but he's staying in a super duper fancy hotel, actually.
Yeah.
So,
which most people who get whose homes are destroyed after fires end up staying for like years plus in 5-star hotels. That's a totally
your
normal
delivery.
thing.
Your delivery is very good, my friend. I was like, yeah. So, last but not least, I do want to touch on this race here in Maine between Graham Plattner and Susan Collins. This one has me a little bit concernicus. What are your thoughts about Graham Plattner? You must have some.
Graham Plattner has a ton of baggage, and he's earned it. From Nazi tattoos to things that he's said in the past online that are extremely disparaging to women and gay people and minorities. Doesn't sound like a Democrat to me, but but it is up to the people of Maine. Obviously, it would be ideal for Democrats to pick up that seat, and he is in the lead despite all of that stuff being very public. I worry that when it comes to the general election and Republicans are trying to throw all the money that they possibly can at the states that are going to firewall the Senate for them, because the Senate's super important for judicial nominations and confirmations, that they will throw the kitchen sink at this guy, and there's plenty of stuff to throw. So
yeah,
it's concerning.
So 100% everything that you just said. What worries me about Graham Plattner is that he I don't feel like we can trust him. And in the back of my head, I've been burnt by John Fetterman. And like the warning, all the red flags are there with this guy, right?
There are some parallels for sure.
Yeah.
And not to mention Kirsten Sinema.
But this guy even more so. It's like it's almost like he's subconsciously telling us, like, look, I got these tattoos, I got this sex scandal, I got all this
Yeah.
this stuff, online stuff. What more do I need to
Right. I was
do
telling
to
somebody,
show you I'm not fit for this
right.
job?
I was telling somebody the other day when we were talking about this on the Demcast side. It's kind of Trumpian. Like
Yes.
just the fact that he has all of this really not great stuff in his background, and yet the voters of Maine are just kind of like, yeah, but he's a populist. You know, that feels very Trumpian.
When I
which
first
is
saw
interesting.
him, his voice for some reason, his voice, gruff. It's like a lumberjack.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it was perfect for Maine.
I know, right? Yeah. Oyster farmer or whatever. Yeah, he's got a perfect background, but you don't have to dig too deep under the surface to dig up some shit. So,
and here's the problem, right? Like, again, you don't live there, I don't live there.
Right.
We don't have to make that vote, but obviously it affects the party as a
it
whole.
does. Yep.
The former governor, I want to say her name is Janet. Is it
Mills.
Mills? Thank you,
Janet Mills. Yep.
Janet Mills. She only suspended her campaign. Did you know that?
She's technically still on the ballot. Yep.
So the problem with that is that they weren't feeling her in Maine enough to beat this guy with
a former governor.
tattoos.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to close our eyes and pray.
Yeah.
Right.
Nothing else I mean, and I think it's going to be interesting. Yeah, it's just if he gets the nomination, which it looks like he will, despite everything, because I don't know what else could come out at this point that would dissuade the primary voters, given what the polls look like. I mean, you never know. But if he is the nominee, it'll be really interesting to see what the party does to support or not support him, and what kind of blowback that creates for the people who are choosing to throw money and time and support behind his candidacy, given all of the things. You know, it's like we're just going to all hold our nose and, you know, say, yeah, like he should win, you know, which like from a global perspective, yes, 100%. Like winning Maine is pretty key to Democrats having any shot at retaking the Senate, which is really important if you think about like Supreme Court justices and stuff like that. So it's a messy one, and I have no idea how it would turn out, but I guess we'll find out.
So, how are you feeling about November?
I feel really good. Yeah, I feel really good because I feel really bad, and so does the rest of America. You know, I mean, the economy is just shit, and Trump is suffering from narcolepsy and dementia and all kinds of, like, he is a daughter. Last year he seemed strong. This year he seems like a complete doddering idiot who is very ineffective and unpopular, and he is going to drag down Republicans. It's just a matter of how much.
Increasingly, every day he says something stupider and stupider. I thought, you know, when he said dumb with a B, very few people knew that the word dumb has a B in it. I'm like, oh man, is that your second to last brain cell firing? Dude? Yeah,
just everybody who finished fourth grade, buddy. Yeah.
By the way, to my viewers out there, I want to know what you guys think about Graham Plattner. Do you think he can cross the finish line with a W? And if he does, are we looking at Fetterman 2.0? Let me know what you think in the comments. Nick, I know we're already 10 minutes over time. I apologize for that, but I do want to ask you about Scott Pelley and the whole thing with 60 Minutes. I personally was infuriating because look, I'm 58 years old. When I was 8, 9 years old and visiting my grandparents in Brooklyn, um, on a Sunday, they would have 60 Minutes on.
Yeah.
And so I've been watching 60
It's a
Minutes my
staple.
whole life,
Yep.
right? At least a half a century I've been watching that. And all of a sudden now, one of the most trusted voices on that show has been, unceremoniously fired. What's
Yeah.
your take on that whole debacle?
I think the take is if you're still subscribed to Paramount Plus, you need to cancel. like CBS is gone. It's how much more evidence do we need as an organization, as a corporation? It's very clear what corner they're in, and from Stephen Colbert to this, we have to use our wallets to take a stand and make some noise. So if you haven't already, please cancel your Paramount Plus, and I'm sure he'll be fine. A lot of these people, like the Acostas of the world, and have gone on to figure it out and create sort of an independent media opportunity,
Substack.
or maybe
Yeah.
he'll find something somewhere else with a more notable organization. But so he'll be fine. It's sad. It's sad,
Yeah.
and it's troubling. The free press is super important to the functioning of America, and it's like death by a thousand cuts. So
It seems very deliberate. It doesn't seem like, this is coincident. Like Barry Weiss tried to make it seem as though, we left it open and we tried to work our way back to and Scott Pelley was like, that's bullshit. That's
I don't buy
straight
it
up.
for a second. Nope.
No. Yeah. He said 15 minutes into that meeting, they were already talking about firing him. So
Right.
there was no conciliatory tone or anything like that. So
Yep.
what is their end game? Why are they taking these lifelong properties like 60 Minutes and stripping them for parts? What's the end game? What are they trying to do?
They are doing the bidding of an administration that doesn't want organizations like that to be successful. I don't. That's the only conclusion that I can come to. What about you?
I think I like how you do that, man. You're so I don't know if you guys have I don't know if you guys noticed, but Nick is on my show, right? I'm supposed to be interviewing him, but he's like, I know what you think, BDD.
That's because I'm very concise, so then I feel bad. So I'm like, I'm not filling enough airtime. I got to throw it back to BDD.
You're doing that jujitsu thing to me. But yeah, I think I think that the folks at CBS or Paramount are making a very cynical, calculated, decision to capitulate in every way possible to Donald Trump, maybe so that when the dust settles, they think, that he is going to be the last dictator standing, and so
Right.
that they will have most favored network status,
Right.
and
Yep.
I mean, and that's it. And they don't care about the integrity of reporting or journalism, or they don't care about the audience. They care about their bottom line, and that is a damn shame. I personally agree with you. I think people should cut the cord with their Paramount Plus subscriptions. And I think on top of that, if people post a list of CBS advertisers, I would encourage you
Ooh.
to boycott those advertisers. And I say that with a B. Boycott with a
I love those.
capital B.
I love that. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it. I'm in.
CBS destroyed their entire network for Trump. What
Yep.
happens when their regular entertainment is no longer being viewed? It's interesting. Yeah, that I'm sure there's some shows that I used to enjoy watching on on CBS or Paramount. Like,
Mhm.
I think that Tulsa King, damn, God damn you, Paramount.
Right?
I didn't
Yeah.
like that show.
Everybody in the Dangerous One's office were big Survivor fans, so it's a bummer, but it is what it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Nick, I want to thank you again. I missed my target by a minute. Yeah, I was going for under an hour. Next time. But buddy, I always love talking to you, and I
Yeah,
guess
it was
that's
really
why
fun.
we ran so long. So
Yeah.
Thank you again for joining me. Just hang tight while I say bye-bye to my
No
peeps
problem.
here. Thanks, buddy. And folks, thank you for joining me for another amazing episode of the Defiant Weekly. I'm your host, Majid Bedelin, aka BDD, aka Brooklyn Dad Defiant. And as always, I look forward to seeing you guys here next week, same time, same place. I love you all. Peace. Incredible person, incredible human being.
Guess
We're famous.
yes.